In 1999, they had 80 million users, no revenue model, no office, no employees worth counting, and the music industry, a $40 billion empire, was terrified of them. Not annoyed, not frustrated, terrified, because Napster didn't just threaten their profits, it threatened the entire architecture of how culture gets bought and sold. By 2002, it was over. Servers dark, doors shut, gone, like it never existed. But here's the number that stops you cold. At its peak, analysts valued Napster's potential at $60 billion, a company run by a teenager, with zero revenue. In 18 months, the entire thing was dismantled, not by competition, not by irrelevance, but by the very industry it was trying to liberate. This is not a story about piracy. This is a story about what happens when the future arrives too early. June 1999. Sean Fanning is 18 years old. He writes Napster in a dormitory at Northeastern University. Skips sleep for days. His roommates think he's losing his mind. He isn't. He's seeing something no one else can yet see. The idea is devastatingly simple. Peer-to-peer file sharing. No central server holding music. Just users connecting directly to each other, exchanging MP3 files freely, instantly, globally. Within 6 months, 10 million users. Not 10 million accounts. 10 million active, obsessive, daily users. By 2001, it's 80 million. That is larger than the population of Germany. Every single one of them using one product, built by a teenager, funded on belief and momentum. In May 2000, Hummer Winblad Venture Partners invest $15 million. Valuation, already soaring past rational explanation. The venture capital world doesn't just notice Napster, it circles it like something rare and dangerous. Bertelsmann, one of the 5 largest media conglomerates on Earth, quietly approaches them. They see it too. The future isn't CDs. It isn't Tower Records. It is this. Napster had something no startup is supposed to have this fast. Genuine cultural gravity. People didn't just use Napster, they evangelized it. College campuses rewired their entire internet infrastructure around it. Bandwidth collapsed under the weight of it. Universities started banning it, which only made students want it more. They were the internet before the internet knew what it was. And you know what? They weren't wrong. Technically, the model worked. The technology was real. The demand was undeniable. But Napster made one catastrophic miscalculation. They launched a revolution without signing a peace treaty first. In December 1999, just 6 months after launch, the Recording Industry Association of America filed suit. $100,000 per infringed track. The potential liability was not millions. It was geometrically, existentially larger than anything the company could survive. Lars Ulrich of Metallica followed in April 2000. He arrived at Napster's offices personally, with a list. 335,435 usernames he claimed were sharing Metallica's music without permission. The optics were brutal. A rock star versus a college kid. Establishment versus disruption. But the lawsuit wasn't the crack. The crack was what Napster did next. Nothing strategic. No emergency licensing deals. No pivot. No surrender and restructure. They fought, righteously, idealistically, and burned 18 months in legal proceedings while the walls closed in around them. But here's what Napster completely missed. Time was the only currency that mattered, and they were spending it in courtrooms. In February 2001, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against them. Napster must block copyrighted material. The order is surgical and impossible, like asking a river to stop carrying water. They attempted compliance. Filters deployed. Imperfect, porous, inadequate filters. The user experience deteriorated overnight. 80 million users who came for frictionless access now faced blocked searches, degraded catalogs, mounting uncertainty. They didn't wait. They migrated. Quietly, quickly, completely, to Kazaa, LimeWire, Nutella. True decentralized networks with no corporate throat to choke. Napster had accidentally shown the world what peer-to-peer sharing could be, then handed that world to its successors. In July 2001, a federal judge ordered a full shutdown pending compliance. The service went dark. In 2002, Napster filed for bankruptcy. Bertelsmann, their closest ally, attempted acquisition for $85 million. The bankruptcy court blocked it. The assets sold for $5.3 million. Not billion, not even tens of millions. $5.3 million. The cruelest irony arrived 3 years later. In 2003, Apple launched iTunes. Legal music downloads, individual track purchases. Exactly the model Napster's early negotiations had gestured toward, and the industry had refused. It generated $10 billion in revenue within years. The music industry had destroyed Napster to protect a business model, then watched that business model collapse anyway. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, every streaming platform you use today is built on the logic Sean Fanning sketched out in a dormitory in 1999. The idea didn't die. The company did. The Napster brand was sold, resold, and eventually absorbed into Rhapsody in 2011, then rebranded away entirely. The servers went dark. The name faded, gone, like it never existed. 80 million people once gathered around one idea. The idea that music should move freely, that access mattered more than ownership, that the internet was not a distribution channel. It was a different world entirely. They were right. They just didn't survive long enough to be proven right. That's the thing about arriving too early. You don't get to watch the future you built.